I want to bring in Sandre briefly because initial reactions, I get that. I want to also understand, Sandre, if you were in any way surprised by this lineup or any of the faces you've seen.
I was not surprised by the lineup at all. I could actually predict this lineup from before the lineup was announced. The chairman of the party, Robert Montague, he, as Lloyd B said, had some baggage. But again, in both cases, for both gentlemen that we saw coming back, there were no punitive measures per se that would have impacted them in that way. But public perception is the hindrance, I would say, to them right now as it relates to the scrutiny that they'll be under, the microscope they'll be under from the public. But in both cases, there were no measures against both gentlemen, but they were removed from the cabinet, and that was the Prime Minister's decision, and now it's his decision again to bring them back. Andrew Wheatley, well, people should know he is a Deputy General Secretary of the Jamaica Labour Party, very instrumental in their campaign. I suspected that he would be back in the cabinet. He is a scientist with all the way up to a PhD. Robert Montague, chairman of the party, they said his seat was in trouble, but of course, we all saw the numbers that he produced in that seat, and that says a lot about what we expect as, he's a chairman of the party. So that, and among other things, would have said to us that as a political analyst, that he obviously proved his worth to the party to help them to secure this term. And that is something that we know for a fact will get him back to where he was before, since there were no measures against him. That being said, of course, it's much ado about nothing. It's much of the same. The ministers were retained. That's expected. As I said, I expected Robert Montague in the cabinet. I expected Dr. Wheatley in the cabinet. But of course, I did not anticipate Mrs. Malahoo Fort being out of the cabinet.